Welcome to the podcast. Súbele volumen. Conversation with the people who were with me. In the world of TV. Carlos tonight. Historias de un reportero. Carlos tonight. Dale que viene lo bueno.
Hey everybody, welcome to the podcast. Thanks so much for listening and for watching. I really appreciate it. Before we begin, I want to invite you to visit carlostonight.com for the very latest on the podcast, see upcoming guests, and check out past episodes. This week, I want to introduce you to a real cool guy. His name is Trace Martin. He's a young entrepreneur who is full of drive. His business is Junk Fighters. It's a junk removal business on a mission to declutter lives and restore order one job at a time. Hey, Trace, how's it going?
It's going great. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks so much for joining me this week. First and foremost, tell me a little bit about your business.
Yeah, so it's pretty much a brand new business. I just moved out here from Birmingham, Alabama to Dallas, Texas, and just wanted to jump straight into entrepreneurship where I got my degree in. And it's been definitely a rocky road and like a really fun, I guess, adventure of starting this business. We've done 22 jobs so far, just going around doing different things, doing garage cleanouts, removing concrete and branches and bushes and stuff like that. And so all different types of junk removal. So helping people with whatever situation they're in, kind of like what you said, decluttering their lives and making their space a little bit more available to them.
How did you get started? Like, how did you come up with the idea that you wanted to do junk removal?
Yeah, so initially out of college, I wasn't really sure exactly what I wanted to do. I was like, I knew I wanted to start a business, but didn't know what business and didn't know if I wanted to start like a job first before establishing myself and creating a business. But I just saw a lot of traction, a lot of stuff on like YouTube and TikTok about like make all this money in a day, like $1,000 a day and stuff like that. It was like, okay, maybe like you see all those videos all the time, kind of claiming that you can make a lot of money. But after like checking out a little bit more about it, it's like, man, this can be a really good start to my entrepreneurship journey, where it's something service based, where I can help people. And it's not just giving them a product, but actually like giving them a service and helping them, and it can have good financial benefits in the future. But that's kind of how I got into it. I kind of saw all those videos of people doing really good in this business online.
That's awesome. Was it a difficult journey to start your business?
Yeah, it's been a little bit rocky. So I started out like my daily driver is a Mazda, so I had to go out and buy a truck, and it seemed great when I bought it, but then after driving it away, started to notice the transmission slip. Had to get a new transmission, and then had to get a trailer too, and got a couple nails in the tires. The first round I went to the dump, and then the crank broke on the trailer too. So it definitely hasn't been super smooth, but that's kind of part of owning a business. You just gotta roll with the punches and move on and try to adapt and keep going.
I feel like this is something where you kind of just learn as you go and then kind of make improvements. Is that
Yeah,
what you
exactly.
think?
Like being new to this industry, like Taekwondo is my background. Like I haven't done junk removal before starting this business, which people say is risky, and it is definitely a little bit risky. So learning on the as I go, but it's going good so far.
Yeah, I was reading where you were an instructor for martial arts. Is that
Mhm.
correct?
Yeah.
What are some of the things that you learned from martial arts that you may be putting into your new business here?
Yeah, so definitely, like I was a head instructor and manager at a couple of different martial arts schools, some in Mobile and then some in Birmingham, wherever I moved there for college. But just being an instructor and teaching the kids and everybody about all the different life skills like discipline, respect, belief, honesty, all of those things can apply to your business too. You need to be disciplined on the back end, making sure that you're doing the work and you're not like taking days off and being lazy, because the business can kind of backtrack if that happens. You need to be respectful to people and their property and make sure that their houses end up clean and you don't damage it at all. You have to use all those different kind of life skills in business. And then goal setting too is one big thing where ever since I was young, like as a student in Taekwondo, you're like set goals. This is how you do it. And so I've always been into goal setting and trying to level up.
That's awesome. And as far as your business, you're based here in the Dallas Fort Worth area.
Mhm.
You as far as your service, do you go pretty much everywhere? Do you go out of state or?
Yeah, pretty much. Just mostly in the DFW area, focusing mostly on North Dallas, but pretty much anywhere in DFW. I've gone to South Dallas as one of my first jobs, and then earlier this week went out to Highland Village, which is kind of like closer to the Fort Worth area.
Wow. And so describe to me like a day in the life of your business. Like I'm pretty sure you start early in the morning and probably stay late at night as a business
Yeah,
owner.
yeah. So starting early in the morning, trying to reach out to a bunch of people on Facebook Marketplace to like they're trying to get rid of their stuff, sell it to other people, and they don't want it anymore. And so that's kind of one area where it's like they're already trying to get rid of it. If I message them, maybe I can get a couple replies about like using my services. So trying to reach out there and pass leads. And then on days of their jobs, going out, getting the trailer set up, going to the jobs, and then trying to figure out where to put the junk. We try to donate what we can, but then also sometimes go to the landfill, and then also just going out to networking events. Right now, I'm in the beginning stages of the business, so I'm pretty much trying to be omnipresent everywhere, doing networking, figuring out social media, reaching out to people on Facebook, going on to different kind of community sites and stuff like that. And so filling in those holes with those types of things throughout the day.
Great. What do you think are some of the items that people are trying to get rid of?
Yeah, so a lot of times it's like furniture and appliances and stuff like that. There have been some gyms like in people's houses. Like I've gotten an iPad Mini, and a PS4 from one person, and then sometimes too it's like garage cleanouts where it's not exactly like big items, but they just have like a garage full of just like tons of random stuff that they just want to get rid of, and they want space to like park their car and stuff like that.
Mhm. Do you recycle it all, or is it kind of how that saying is somebody's trash is another person's treasure? Is it something
Mhm.
like that, or?
Yeah, we try to recycle what we can. So there's an area in Frisco where you can like recycle your cardboard and styrofoam and stuff like that. And so if we ever get stuff like that, we do try to go there first to recycle that. We donate it to Goodwill, donate it to children's like there's a trailer parked out somewhere that is like you can donate toys and clothes and shoes and stuff like that that we donated to as well. So we try to like not throw away like valuable stuff. If it's junk, then yes, throw away in the landfill. But we try to keep what's good in the system.
Um, that's really cool. What do you think is one of the coolest items you've ever uh, had the chance to pick up?
That's a good question. I told you about the like really good like the iPad Mini, and PS4. It was nice. There's also been like some mattresses that are like brand new, like the Casper mattresses that we picked up. I don't know about any like super unique items uh, that we picked up. Yeah.
Gotcha. And so, if somebody wants your services, you mentioned earlier that you try to reach out to businesses or go to like Facebook, social media to kind of promote your business. Um, where else do you go to find people?
Yeah, so recently I've been doing a little bit of door knocking, which is new to me. And so going out and then just knocking on doors, kind of telling them about my service and offering a free pickup, just kind of like get the name out there and start to get them used to you a little bit. And then also giving out door hangers too. And so I've been most of my jobs have been through yard signs and door hangers, but doing a lot of everything. I'll kind of give you a quick breakdown. It's like most of it has been through yard signs. I've gotten a couple through networking, a couple through door hangers, and a couple through Facebook Marketplace. But those yard signs all throughout this like city have been the best.
I feel like junk removal is something like a barber. Everyone needs a haircut. Is it
Uh,
similar in your business where everyone has junk to get rid of?
yeah, everybody's got junk, and so it just depends on the time of year. Most people don't have junk they need to throw away every single week. It's not like a barber where it's like once every month or so, or every couple weeks you need to go to the barber to get a haircut. Everybody's got junk, but it's usually like one or two times a year where people kind of haul away and get rid of all this stuff.
So where do you get your motivation from?
Yeah, so my motivation kind of comes from what I want for my future. It's like if you've ever seen Keaton Hoskins, he's a big inspiration to me. Like his lifestyle, the way he is with his family, his kids, and the way like he has time for all of that. That's one of the biggest things that I want to buy back with having a business is time. So being able to create a full scale business where I have employees and like we're fully operational and I don't have to be on the truck every single day, but still create a good business where everybody's happy, the employees are happy, the customers are happy, and then being able to have that time for family and for fun and stuff like that. And that's one thing where in my past with Taekwondo, most of the time teaching is in the afternoons and evenings where a lot of family time would come in. So kind of that future of what I have or what I'm thinking for my future is where I get the motivation.
Okay. Like having a life work balance,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Okay. What are some of the things that you've learned so far in starting this business that you can maybe pass on to other people who may be interested?
Yeah. No matter if you're looking to start a junk removal business or anything, if you are going to buy a used car or a used truck, bring a mechanic with you because that's one thing where I bought a truck off Craigslist. It seemed great whenever I tested it out, but ended up needing to get a new transmission. And so if I had paid a couple $100 to bring a mechanic out there with me, I could have saved several $1,000s from buying a bad truck. So that's one thing. And then another thing is utilizing like who you already have like connected with you. It's like I just moved to a new city, and that's one thing that's a little challenging. Is I don't know anybody really in the area, or didn't to start, but now I do. But if you're starting a business in your area, go your friends and family first, and they will be able to connect you. And even though I'm new to this area, I still have people that in my taekwondo background and on Facebook and everything that like they've connected me with other people in the area. So just utilizing who you already know, friends and family.
Yeah, it's all about word of mouth, I think, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
Um, so why did you pick Texas, in particular the Dallas DFW area, to move?
Yeah. So after college, it's kind of like you can move anywhere in the country. You don't have anything really holding you down. But I still wanted to kind of be close to friends and family from Alabama. I didn't want to move to like Washington or New York or something way out there. So I wanted to stay in the South. And so my main kind of options were Texas, Tennessee, and Florida. I feel like those three places, there was a lot of stuff to do, really fun. And then there's also the opportunity and connections in those areas. And so between those three, I think I like narrowed down to Texas. And during my spring break week this senior year of college, I decided to go on a field trip or road trip all across Texas and figure out where I wanted to live. I visited family in Springtown, and then I toured Fort Worth, Dallas, Austin, and Houston. I had the best time in Austin, but that would have been a little bit more for kind of like partying and that type of thing. And I knew that if I wanted to start a business, Dallas, which was my second favorite place, I visited whenever I was road tripping. I was like, Dallas is the place I need to be.
I remember living in California, and sorry, I had to turn off my phone because it was good enough. But I remember living in California, and I ran into a couple of people that had similar businesses as yours. Are you finding that a lot of people your age are wanting to do some, creative things, but things that are helping the community as a whole?
Yeah, I think so. And I think it kind of ties down to just my generation and Gen Alpha too, and Joan like not wanting to go the traditional route. It's like we have access to through the internet and everything to kind of like get more information, and we see these people that are doing big things, not going to corporate and stuff like that. And so I do think it's a big thing where in the future, and now you'll start to see more people my age and in the future becoming entrepreneurs and starting their own business, or doing YouTube or TikTok and making money that way too. But
It's
I
great.
think it's good because like you need both. You can't have all business owners and entrepreneurs, and you can't have all employees in corporate. So I think it's a good mix that like this generation, my generation, is wanting to do something different. While there's also still some others that would want to go the traditional route.
Right. That's awesome. I love your logo. Tell me how you came up with the name.
Yeah, so my background is in martial arts, Taekwondo. Head instructor manager told you about that, but I'm also a world champion in Taekwondo, and
Oh,
have
okay.
yeah. So I've been
Congrats.
competing since 2011 and gotten 60 state titles or so, 70 state titles, about 8 to 9 district titles, and one world title that I got in 2022 through the ATA. And so,
Nice.
thank you. Yeah. Uh, so the Junk Fighters is the name of the junk removal business I started, but my background is in Taekwondo, which is fighting. So that's kind of where the fighter came in the Junk Fighters.
Wow. Did it take you a long time to come up with that or no?
It took me probably a couple days to a week to come up with it. Yeah.
I feel like starting a business, there's so much involved from the logo, from the name, website, writing down how much you're going to charge and how, uh, which I guess audience or community you're going to go target and whatnot, correct?
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into it. Entrepreneurship, they make it look really nice and easy on all the social medias, but it isn't. There's definitely the hard days, the rough days, and there's the good days too. But there's a lot that goes into it that you don't think about.
Yeah, that's awesome that you're able to do something that you like, that you're profiting from, and you can build on that. Where do you see yourself in maybe 5 or 10 years with your business?
Yeah, so I see junk fighters becoming like one of the top people in the industry, like being neck and neck with the other industries, like or other companies like 1-800 Got Junk or Junk King, being up there, having multiple trucks, maybe multiple different cities, being completely full scale. But I also want to continue to teach. That's one thing I did with Taekwondo, and it's something I want to do in the future is teach, but for entrepreneurship, personal development, and kind of like life coaching to help others kind of find their passion and help them if they want to start a business, whether it's home service or something different, but just kind of going into that mentorship aspect and kind of doing that.
That's great. That's great. So if you ever get merchandise or if you have merchandise, let me know because I want to support.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem. And tell us where can people find you on social media, on your website? What's the address? How can they connect?
Yeah, so we have a couple different places that you can connect. You can reach out to us on Instagram at Junk Fighters Texas, or you can go on to Facebook and look up Junk Fighters or Google as well. And then our website is www.junkfighterstexas.com, and you can check out all the information on there as well.
Awesome. Last question for you is how does it feel being able to provide people that peace of mind when they're trying to declutter, trying to, make a space brand new almost?
Yeah, it feels great because like a lot of times I see the whole process. They get there and they're just overwhelmed and they're like, "Now I just have all this stuff and I can't even fit my car in my garage and I just need you to help like clear this out." And then I get done quickly after maybe an hour or so, and then they're just always. It's nice to see the result of that. About like once we're done, then kind of checking everything out and being like, "Wow, this looks really good. I'm so glad that y'all were able to come by and help out with that."
One last question for you is
Yeah.
we were talking about you were talking earlier about the cool things that you find collecting junk. Do you ever run into like insects or rodents, and what's that like?
Luckily not. I'm not a big insect person. I don't like wasps and bees and spiders and stuff.
Me
Um,
too.
yeah, so not great for this industry, but I haven't run into too much of that. There was though in Dallas, it got cold really quick, really fast one week, and we were doing like a clean out of a house. And while me and a buddy who was helping me with the junk removal, he was carrying the chair to the like trailer that I load stuff up on. And then whenever I get there, I see like tons of wasps just like crawling all over the trailer, and then just like noticed that he carried a chair with a wasp nest on it. And luckily, it was like so cold that they were like kind of dormant and that they weren't really moving or flying that much. And it was that day that it got cold. If it was yesterday, a couple days before, then probably would have gotten stung. But luckily, it was cold that day, and I hope I don't have to deal with any big stuff with like spiders and wasps and stuff like that.
All right, I'll keep my fingers crossed for you.
Thank you.
So if you guys are listening and watching, and you visit Junk Fighters on social media, you have a really cool video of you, kind of a day in the life, behind the scenes type of thing that I thought was really cool. Trace Martin, Junk Fighters, thanks so much. I appreciate your time, and God bless.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Carlos tonight, Carlos tonight. Historias de un reportero.